Global stages, crowds screaming your name, and silence when the lights go out. WhatSoNot, one of Australia's most influential electronic artists, a producer who's helped shape modern bass music, racked up billions of streams, and headlined festivals like Coachella, Ultra, and Lollapalooza across the world. From genre-defining records like Jaguar and High You Are, to collaborations with artists like RL Grime, WhatSoNot has built a career on pushing boundaries, and now he's gone deeper than ever. We talk about his powerful new EP, The Quiet That Hurts, a raw, emotional collaboration with BUUNSHIN, exploring pressure, movement, isolation, and the moments between the noise. Welcome to the Roadshow podcast.
Okay, I want to talk about the EP.
Amazing.
It's pronounced BUUNSHIN?
That's it. You nailed
Okay,
it.
cool.
It's confusing because he's Dutch, but it is a Japanese word.
What does it mean?
I think it's something about... It's to do with like a martial art action where you move so fast that the person sees the shadow of where you were.
Holy shit.
Yeah, I think it's something to do with that.
That's sick.
Yeah. So you might strike at this person, but you struck at their shadow because they move so quickly.
Ah,
Yeah.
some Matrix shit.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
They've got some cool words for different things.
Yeah, isn't it sick, a country that has a word for that?
Yeah, that's cool. They have some weird stuff too. There was a Japanese lady who was reading out people's tattoos.
Oh boy.
Yeah, and it's they got it so wrong. Like, every time it was so completely wrong. So he's on the record as a collaborator.
Yeah.
Then you have Lucy Liu, Alina Pavey,
Alina Pash.
Pash. My bad.
That's
my
all right.
bad. And there was another artist.
Maya Mansa.
My man.
And Mara is on there as well. on one of
okay.
the songs, yeah.
Where did you produce it?
So, BUUNSHIN was friends with a bunch of my drum and bass friends.
Mm-hmm.
And typically the way my life works is I sort of have these anchor points of where I have to be for like a big festival or a big show or whatever. And I just work out, okay, well, what do I do on all the days off in between? And it gets down to the economics of being a touring musician, where if you've got like 12 crew that you're touring with doing a big show, every day off might cost you like 20 or 30 grand. So you need to like get utility out of every spare day you have. So when I would go to Europe, I would like look for producers, local producers to go and work with in between. So it's like, okay, at least if it's costing me money to be here, I'm building something new for the future that's really exciting with some exciting people that I'm, really interested in working with. So Ferry BUUNSHIN was one of those people. And I would just he actually said, oh, I've got like a spare room and a couch. Like, do you want to just come and crash for a few days on your days off? And we'll just work in my studio and then you go and do your shows. And I was like, yeah, sweet. And we did that the first time we made like, I don't know, 6 songs or 6 ideas in about 3 days.
Whoa.
And the one of the first things we made was that song Threads. That's the opener of,
Sick.
yeah, the crazy arpeggiation. And I was like, oh, wow, we got to make some more stuff. And he was like, yeah, we do. So then for 3 years on and off, whenever I go to Europe, I just go and crash at his house on a few of the days off amongst going into Paris, going into London, going into, Barcelona or wherever else. And we just chip away at making a bunch of songs. And we made Dancing in the Leaves and Threads first. And then we were like, oh, we should really make a body of work. We should make a full EP. Like, don't want to get into like, I think when you do singles as an artist, sometimes it's like, it doesn't truly express the full spectrum of what you're trying to do and what you're trying to represent and what you're trying to say.
Right. It's
And
like a movie, not a Netflix series.
Yeah, like cuts it short, cuts its legs
Gotcha.
off. It's like, if you just heard those 2 songs as singular entities, you might not see the connection, but then when you get the full arc of the EP and how they move between all of them, it suddenly makes a lot of sense. And it's like Dancing in the Leaves is just a fun, beautiful little jam. Threads is quite an experimental journey. And then everything else in between helps weave that all together.
Because Threads is the first one on the EP.
Yeah.
And it starts so light and like euphoric, and it's almost like the sound monitor from like a hospital, and then it like gradually builds on tone and speed, and then you get that ding, like
the
the
tinnitus ring.
Yeah, like you've just like blown your head off with a nang. You know what I mean? Like,
it's funny you say that, because the literal expression we were trying to create with designing that song was the concept of meditation. So like separating from self.
Whoa.
And that journey of like entering that barrier of resistance with all the manic thoughts you have when you actually sit in stillness. That's where the title came from too, The Quiet That Hurts. It's about facing that stillness and sitting there.
Whoa, dude.
So yeah, like similarly, you can get to that place with drugs as well, or nags or whatever.
Correct, yeah.
But it's the same thing of like hitting that barrier of yourself, trying to get to that calm place beyond there. And that's why it's that giant arpeggiation that builds up to like 600 and something BPM, and then suddenly just rings out, and then you start to get into the motion of the track, and all the drums and bass and everything comes in.
On your stereo image of the songs,
Yeah.
I noticed that the mid section doesn't have like a very like you've used like a low pass on like your mid section where the noise is kind of like out to the sides.
Yeah.
And it surrounds you.
Yeah.
Like that was impressive.
It's very drum and bass. Ferry's a very, very good engineer. He actually studied at Conservatorium in the Netherlands.
Your
It's all right.
Netherlands. Your computer is it going to still record if it's like this? Is there a way to? Oh, it's still recording. Okay, yeah. No, we're cool.
That's all right.
Yeah. Sorry.
That's
He
right.
studied in.
He studied the Conservatorium building sound from scratch.
Wow.
So he's very well versed. And drum and bass already is such a techie, nerdy kind of pursuit. You know, it is like, how do we be the best that there is? How do we do the things no one's ever done yet? How do we use these tools in a way and rethink what's possible, how loud we can get while still being dynamic, all these things. So yeah, there was a lot of that. And we found this really beautiful hybrid of a very, very technical aspect of that ideology in drum and bass, and then sort of what I do with my project, which is a lot more emotion and feeling based. And then they actually kind of conflict with each other. So if you want to be powerful and loud, you usually got to take a lot of the emotion out. You got to take a lot of the lush, warm kind of energy.
Yes.
So we tried to weave it in dynamically and have these sort of bursting little layers of Foley and sound and texture, rather than them being sort of this constant wall. And I think that helped the songs, I guess, breathe and move through a really nice flow.
Yeah. You did that really well. There was a sound, and it was like a bell where you bent the pitch of the bells.
Yeah, I think that's in Threads as well, yeah?
Yeah,
it's like
it might have
a
been.
flanger kind of effect.
It was weird.
It's so out of tune with itself.
I've never heard anything like that, and it was perfect for the track.
Yeah, Ferry made that particular sound, and every time I play that song to anyone, they're like, what is that sound? I was like, yeah, it is so peculiar, isn't it?
I thought of like is it a xylophone where you ding? I thought it was that, but then it just bent.
Yeah, to me, it sounds like every note is being played completely wrong, but it's played in such a way that it sounds right.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. It's a fascinating record, dude.
Thank you.
It's very fascinating.
Yeah, we really labored over it for about 3 years on and off, and kept coming back. And I guess the way I would describe it is like trying to never corrupt it. It wants to be a certain way. That wants this sort of purity to it of how interesting and cool it can be, without us overcooking it, without us, getting all up and down. Oh, it should be way more technical and do this and do that. But we kept coming back. No, this is the right feeling. This is the right thread to follow. Excuse the pun. That was kind of like the idea of it.
How did you make your decisions on who was doing vocals?
I just move around the world a lot and get linked with people. I'm a fan of people and go meet up with them, recommended people. Just get in the room, and I just have a hard drive of 5,000 songs, whatever it is, like ideas, whatever. Write things in the room with people, little progressions, chords, and I would just go and work with these people who usually end up becoming great friends of mine, and just see what they're drawn to. Just talk about common experiences that we've all had, maybe I have a really strong identity. Like Threads, I actually wrote the vocal and sang that at first, and then I got Maya, who's a far better vocalist, to re-sing it.
It sounds better with a female.
Absolutely. Yeah. When I did it, it was like this indie kind of thing, and then when she did it, it's like there's this beautiful opera kind of angelic vocal doing it, and then she wrote like a few of the extra parts that are on the drop sections and just completed it so well. I was like, thank you for replacing me on that one.
Was there much tuning and mixing having to going into her? Obviously, placing her in the track is enough mixing at all.
Yeah, I mean, everything matters. So
that's a great line. It's true.
Yeah, it does.
Especially if you're creating art. You need to take everything into account.
So I'm really big on, like, I don't have people send me acapellas. I go and write with the vocalists, and we talk through all the deliveries, the intentions. Like the one with Alina on Tragic was like so great. We just had so much conversation about what energy we're trying to embody and what we're trying to represent. And like, you know, a voice can have so much difference. Like the twang, which is like tragic, you know, it's like so like bratty teenage sort of vibe.
Yeah.
But
the
then
way she says romantic as well.
Yeah. And then she goes soft, and it's like, do you want to use your head voice, or do you want to go up into chest, or do you want to do one vowel in the chest and then come back to the head voice? And we do, like I would resample her vocal to make that kind of churchy section where it's just all these harmonies, like lush sort of moving around in each different ear. And yeah, it's a lot of fun to play around with that stuff. And to, I don't know, I feel like a lot of vocalists, they go into sessions and they're sort of forced just to write hits. And, you know, any artist is not going to like that.
It's the death of music.
And it's nice to go in with artists who I think are real artists and be like, no, let's make an artist song.
When you're an artist and you try to make a hit, you're not getting a hit.
No.
Every time.
You might get something that some major label's going to take and like
of course
put on the radio, but then it's going to sound like one of those shitty songs on the radio.
Or a major label that can push the music to Spotify, but then they want 90% of the funds that come in from it.
Yeah. I don't try and chase, like there's a whole part of the industry that's chasing cuts. Like you're chasing numbers and chasing cuts.
We have it here too. Yeah. We have it here, bro.
And I've always just been like, no, just make a great record.
Yeah.
And like be authentic to it, and it'll do its own thing. Might even, you know, some records I've had, they pop off like 3 or 4 years after they were released.
Is the authenticity a derivative of who you are, of what you learn?
It's probably both, because I think you become what you learn. Yeah.
What's some things that you've like learnt that has made you become more yourself in your music?
Probably a lot of things. I think when you start producing, you try to produce, and you need to learn to just let it happen. It's almost like you have to build up these motor skills, like a surgeon would study how to do the thing. But then when he's doing the thing, he almost goes into flow state, and it just happens. And you just, every decision you make is just getting out of the way yourself. Yeah.
So you're a doctor.
I think all musicians are doctors, you know, audio engineers. Yeah.
Sound design.
Yeah.
How'd you learn that?
I think the best way to learn sound design is to reverse engineer. So go and understand how all the different waveforms work, look at the historical use of them in different genres. Like when I first came and lived here in Perth, all the drum bass guys are like, oh, if you put 2 sine waves right beside each other, an octave or 2 apart, really low, they do this wobbling effect. It's like the Reese effect.
Yeah.
And I didn't even know that until, you know, because I wasn't making drum bass, and it's not like I used Reeses, but I didn't understand what fundamentally built them. And it's so crazy to think that these 2 waveforms that are just slightly out of tune with each other at a certain tempo create a rhythm as much as they create a harmonic and a sound.
Prior to you learning this, were you just using samples? Were you just using oscillators that were presets?
Yeah, because I think we all have so many different soft synths that we use, and they have so many presets, and you just like pick some random things and then tweak it a little bit, and you might never really go into the back end of it and be like, well, what fundamentally makes that happen?
Right.
Yeah. So from I think from getting into drum and bass, I started to look behind the curtain a lot more, and because a lot of my writing is based on feeling, and I think a lot of great songs, it's like it actually shouldn't be perfect. It should just like feel right, you know, and hit the right spots. And if you try and make it too perfect, you kind of like, you know, polishing something that wants to be natural.
I noticed that in Tragic. Tragic has kicks midway that were a little bit offset.
Yeah.
And it made it an experience.
Yeah,
because you weren't expecting it.
The 808 like fundamentally shifts across the song to different sound forms. And we literally had to do that because the vocal is so dominant and present.
Yeah.
That it just did not compute with the production. They were fighting each other.
Cut out most of the production if you were to leave it as
So
is.
we had to change what the shape of the drums were in order for certain vocal moments to punch through at the same time. So it's like kind of frequency shaping kicks so that...
Did you build your own kicks?
Yeah. I mean, Ferry builds everything from scratch in Serum. And then he taught me how to do a lot of that. And then we would still trial different drum samples because sometimes the drum samples are just better. Sometimes it's like there's something about this. And that's the beauty of like, you know, all the amazing royalty-free packs you can get now. Like I remember when I first started making music, you had to buy a sample pack that was like $50, and that was a lot of money for me back in the day. It was like $50 and you didn't know what was in there. Whereas now Splice, it's like, you know, 0.0001 cent to get a sound. You know exactly what it sounds like. You can trial it in your session before you even buy it. Oh my God. Yeah, whole different world now. And that's where I think reverse engineering is so powerful. Like back in the day, if you wanted to make a crazy sound, you had to try and like get in touch with the artist that made it and be like, what did you do exactly? What plugins did you throw on that? And now it's like someone rebuilds those sounds, puts a tutorial on YouTube, someone rebuilds those sounds, sells them on Splice or whatever it may be. And you just go into Serum and you just have a look. And you're like, oh, what actually makes this tick? And I think that's one of the fastest ways to learn is like, go look at a dubstep preset that you like the sound of and be like, how did that work? What were they doing with the FM and the filter, and how did it all behave in order to create that sound? Did they have a second oscillator that had a detuning on something that was just slightly present so that it has this width in a higher octave, and then all that power in the low end that's super mono I'm going to cut through on a big system?
Right.
Yeah.
Do you use Serum as your bass?
I use Serum for anything I'd call like particular, like something that I want to be really direct and powerful. And then I use Simplant for anything that I want to be quite organic. Use Diva for anything that I want to be like sort of brassy or 80s or more progressive sort of, you know, taking like progressive house sounds, but then applying them to different genres.
Right.
And there's a bunch of other plugins, but those are probably a lot of the main ones I'll use.
Okay.
Yeah.
Fucking plugins are awesome, right?
They're great. Yeah.
If we didn't have those, we'd be stuck on guitar and drums still.
Yeah. We really would be.
We really would be.
Yeah.
It's progressed from like those people like changing, what do they call those? Manual
switchboards or something.
Synths. They were fucking weird too. There's
guys, you mean the ones where you have to like an MS-20 I think is one
with like daisy chains.
Yeah, you got to like patch in like how you want to route certain things. Yeah, that's still pretty cool though. Like I have an MS-20 and do that a bit. Like,
have you done that?
Yeah, I'm not very good at it. I have friends that are very good at it.
Those guys are weird. They're like in a big room. They got a U shape of all this shit around them, and they're just fucking.
It's cool though, because when you learn what directing what into what does, and I feel like there's something about I don't know, primal about getting your hands on the thing, and some people learn with their hands. They learn with the action of doing something. Like they say, if you write things with a pen, you'll actually remember to do them rather than typing them in. It's like a different function.
Yeah, it's KAV, kinesthetic audio visual. Yeah, I'm very much hands-on when it comes to things that are a little bit more finicky. But if something's simple, I can just watch it. You know, Like I do like to get it, and that's how I learned how to produce. I just during COVID, just got stoned for like 6 months.
Yeah,
and just learned everything, dude. It was fucking sick. It was a really good time in life. And he's Mason is a rapper, goes by the name of Hammer. And he would come over every day and he'd get in the booth and we would just record and
epic.
And it was just fucking cool. And then it just progressed. It progressed how it does, you know?
Epic.
That's what this weird industry is. I love it though, right?
Yeah, man.
Your career is built from it.
Yeah.
How'd you start WhatSoNot?
So I was DJing around Australia a bunch, and then I think I used to be in the project with Harley, who did Flume, and he messaged me on MySpace.
Really?
Yeah, he saw me play at Chinese Laundry, which is a really cool club in Sydney.
I've heard of it.
And he messaged me. He's like, dude, I really like what you're playing. Like, I've been making a bunch of music. And he was like friends of a few friends of mine. So I'd even called him one day because he knew how to use Ableton. And someone I was with was trying to like fix something in Ableton.
Were you on Ableton at the time?
Yeah, I was, but I wasn't well versed in it yet. It was when I was like 18 or something.
Okay.
I think he was using it from when he was like 15, like quite young. Yeah. And we got together and just started making music like 3 or 4 days a week. And he was kind of making electro house at the time. And I was into club stuff, but more with like, I guess like a few like world sounds they were calling it back in the day. Like, I guess I was starting to get into this, like trying to bring emotion into club music. A lot of it back then was like electro, thrashy, really hard.
No melody, yeah. Well, melody, but not like
it was just like, it was very noisy.
Yeah.
And I was like, I want to bring this like sort of a soul to it and this warmth and like bent synths and bent vocals and things. And we started playing around with that. And then did a few remixes. Like the first 2 things that popped off was a remix for Vanshi. Remember band Vanshi?
Yeah, of course.
And then Major Lazer did a remix to Get Free. And then
great song.
Yeah, once that happened, got signed to Skrillex, met Sonny. We had like such a great, like for the first year, I was just kind of by side almost like every second day. When I got to America like a few weeks after I met him for the first time, he's like, do you want to play back to back with me at this festival? And he's like closing the festival. I was just like, dude, I'm like this kid from this beach town in Sydney, like barely been overseas in my life. And then Sonny's like, oh, come back to back with me. And like closes.
That is wild.
Yeah, it was nuts. And then.
Was this Bangarang times?
Yeah, this is like a couple of years after that maybe.
Oh, so it would have been like height.
Yeah.
Stuff.
Yeah, it was crazy. And then, I've just had like such a beautiful ride. I think, me and Harley separated and then...
What year was that?
Well, it's debatable when it like finalized. But the first thing I did, like, I think at the top of 2015, when I could do whatever I wanted to do, I'd done that remix for Rufus. And that was just like an album track they put out. I don't even know if it was a single. Like the Inner Bloom record?
Yeah, it was just part of the
I think
album.
it was, maybe it was something
it's like a 9-minute song, dude.
Yeah.
What the fuck?
And they asked me to remix a different song.
Rufus?
Yeah, they asked me to remix one of the singles, and I was like, I really like this song. Can I remix this? And then I did that. That was the first thing I put out, and then started going through the Divide and Conquer EP, and then did my first album, and then like closed the stage at Coachella, and then, a bunch of other really dope shit. Went over and did Lollapalooza South America, Puka Pop Ziget in Europe,
Tomorrowland.
That's
wild.
Like closed the dance stage at Splendor.
What the fuck?
Big sets at Field Day, Wildlands, all that stuff. Yeah, amazing. It's been like such a sick journey.
What's the energy like when your last? I want to say first, but your last song of the night when you're closing these massive venues.
Yeah.
What's that energy?
I like to play something really soft because I want to like have people like really settle into themselves a bit. I think if you leave them on like a turbo edge, it's a little dangerous.
Yeah, right.
Yeah.
Because you're sending them home.
Particularly in Australia.
You reckon? Yeah. A lot of kitchens are going to be full after that.
I like to like have everyone appreciate who's around them and like soften it down. I'll play like Elvis Falling in Love or like
that's gorgeous.
Like a Tame Impala record, like a really soft one or something, or
have
a
you
Prince record. Or
we'll save that question.
Okay,
I've
cool.
got more. I've got more because I have information as well. Elvis is my favorite 50s to 60s singer.
Nice. He's got a crazy voice.
Crazy voice.
Yeah.
And he was batshit crazy. He was batshit crazy.
I bet I don't know the half of that project and everything that was going on, but it sounds wild.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah. Dude thought he was a master of martial arts. You seen those videos?
A little bit here and there, but I mean, Elvis to me is pre-internet knowledge when like you only know what you saw on TV.
Yes.
You couldn't go and look anything else up.
Yeah.
So I don't even know.
So they scoured his mansion. They found all these tapes.
Yeah.
He used to film himself doing karate.
Wow.
And he'd like have the full kimono, like what? No, it's a gi, right? They call it a gi.
Yeah.
And
Was he good? Or was he all right?
super fat.
But was he good at one point?
That McDojo shit.
Was he good at one
He
point?
was great.
And then he got overweight and like a bit cooked.
Yeah. Well, I think he was on the cocaine.
Oh yeah.
I think he was enjoying himself a little bit too much, as you would, as you do, as the biggest star in the world before Michael Jackson,
Yeah.
for sure, right?
Yeah.
Like who else was big during then? I think the last person before that was like Julius Caesar. Like really?
I guess it was probably not individual, but like the Beatles, and then it was Elvis, and then
Doesn't Elvis predate the Beatles?
I don't even know. Actually, you're right. He probably did. It was like 10 years before.
He was like 10 years
10 years before?
Yeah, I'm
Yeah.
pretty sure that when he was at the height of his stardom, they were in their small town playing together. And when they came back, his career had kind of taken a dive.
Yeah, gotcha.
Yeah, and they were fucking rocket shipping. The Beatles. Forgot about the Beatles.
That's a sentence for you.
Yeah, I know. I'm going to put that on a shirt. Thanks, dude. Have you worked with Tame?
No.
Have you met Kevin?
Once.
Right.
Once when I was with Dan Johns at Splendor, I met him very briefly. But yeah, that's about it.
He's been doing a lot of music.
Yeah.
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 A lot.
He's pretty prolific, I hear.
He's amazing.
I've been using the Orchid synth.
Oh, yeah?
Have you seen that yet?
Yeah, it is batshit crazy.
Yeah.
I can't even work it out.
I tried to buy one for like the first 2 rounds. They're so hard to get. They've only made so many. And you have to like, I was on the sign up list for 2 rounds and didn't get it.
Oh, wow.
But then eventually I hosted this talk for them at ADE. And then the rep at NAN was like, dude, you really like this thing, don't you? I was like, yeah. He's like, do you want the model we used like in the demonstration? I was like, no way. He just like gave it to me there on the spot.
That's sick.
And I wrote like, I love it as a tool because it was just as they brought out the soft synth version, Pistol.
Right.
So previously it was great to work out chord structures, but then it had like a limit of 50 or 60 sounds. Great sounds, by the way, Kev.
Very nice.
But you couldn't edit them.
Yeah.
But now you can edit them, and now it's got so many more functions. So I got really excited about it.
You have the Pistol as well?
Yeah. So that's just a software.
Okay.
Yeah, but it works. It also the coolest thing about that for me is I travel a lot, and it's an audio device, right? But then the second you have the soft synth in your door, you can just plug your MIDI cable in. So you don't have to have a sound card with you. Like I'm on a plane, I literally just plug this thing in with my iPhone cable.
Wow.
And I can play all the sounds, edit all the sounds, and then get the power of it is really the way it does all its chord structure possibilities. I call it like going on chord expeditions about what could I possibly change to right here. And then the voicing system is really interesting. So you don't play up and down octaves, you just switch like which the low finger jumps to the higher one and it just keeps moving up like you're sort of playing up the scale. Jesus. It's great. It's really, really fun tool. And every time I've got it out in the studio, I was making a bunch of stuff with Jungle Giants with it. A couple of younger guys like Jack Blom and Patey up in Sunshine Coast were playing around with it. Hermitude Boys was playing around with it. Everyone's just like, this is so sick. Yeah, it was like, this is sick.
You played Hermitude with Hermitude ICF as well?
Yeah.
How were they?
They were great, man. They're such good dudes. We had the funniest thing because we were doing the show together. I came back to Australia like maybe a month before that show came on, and I hit them. I was like, guys, we're doing a show together. Should we make some songs? And they're like, yeah, let's make some songs. So I flew to Sydney, and they're out in the Blue Mountains. They're like, it's so cool, dude. Like the Blue Mountains is just so nice.
It's beautiful.
And I've realized as well with Australia, because the major cities are so expensive, all the cool people move out to like places that are actually really nice, that are a bit cheaper. And I was up there and I was like, oh, this is where all the cool people are. In Sydney, they're in the Blue Mountains.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Or they're in Wollongong.
There was there's a part of the Blue Mountains that looks over a valley, and it's like not far off the highway. And we stopped there, and I was like, I want to buy this right now. Like, it is so nice. It's serene, and everyone's like, hello.
Yeah.
Like, everyone's saying hello.
Yeah.
It was great.
So they rent a house because there's no like warehouse facilities or whatever to build a studio. They just rent a house and they just set up the studio in the house.
Smart.
And so they were like, oh, just come up and stay. You can stay at the house where the studio is.
Oh, sick.
We'll stay with our families. And they're like, you know, we have family time the first few days of the week, and then we do studio time the last part of the week. So I just went up there, and it was so sick, man. We sort of, you know, been pleasant to each other and said hello and hung out for 10 years or whatever, but never really hung out.
Yeah.
And then we're like, why haven't we hung out? This is so awesome.
Yeah. Spend some actual time together.
Yeah, it was great.
Yeah. The Buzz was one of my fucking favorite songs ever.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I told them the funniest thing. I don't think they knew this, but I dropped Gemini, which was a big song for WhatSoNot, about the same time that they dropped that. And it was right when Australian radio was first accepting dance music as like a thing that would go on commercial radio. Mm-hmm. And I remember...
That was like 2013?
14, 15.
Okay, right.
Yeah. And they turned, the commercial radio Australia said, oh, we can't put Gemini on rotation because we have this song called The Buzz by Hermitude. Because they were only allowing one dance music track on rotation. Like, it was just like...
But nowadays, it's like every second song.
It's so normal now.
Yeah.
You know, I think the person that...
Australia's so backwards, man.
I think the person that broke that machine, I would credit probably DJ Snake.
Right.
So when he did Turn Down for What, it was one of the first records that barely had any lyrics.
Yeah. It had 5 words.
Yeah.
Turn down for 4 words.
Yeah. And the drop, like radio was always like, oh, there's no chorus. We're not putting it on radio, commercial radio at least, because they always needed a sing-along chorus. But then it's just got the da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. So, yeah, he like kind of set the tone where you could just have a hook, like a little chop vocal hook on a dance music record, and they would accept that.
So we can blame DJ Snake for TikTok.
I don't know if we go that far. That's a whole other... You've skipped like 7 different things to get to that.
I said, I have ADHD. Of course I'm going to do that shit. Yeah. Straight to TikTok.
But it was great for everyone that like radio was finally like, oh, okay, you guys, you're a part of this now. Yeah.
How many records have you had on Australian radio?
Commercial radio?
You've had a couple, yeah?
Maybe. Honestly, I don't pay attention to it. Like, I'll be overseas all year and not really know what got where. Like, a lot of Triple J Sport, which has been awesome. FBI, Triple R, like a lot of the cool stations around Australia. But yeah, like, you know, sometimes I go into a country and I'm like, oh, that's my song, you know?
Yeah.
But I don't know. Like, that gets handled by the publishers and the labels, and it's so territory split. You don't, unless you really want to go digging through it, you don't know where stuff's getting played.
Let's talk. How separated from that are you? Do you get to make decisions inside of publicity, or do you just let them handle it?
It's always different, and it depends. Like, the team you have as an artist scales depending on what you're doing. If you're on an off cycle, you scale down. If you're on cycle, you scale up. If you're like have a record that's having a moment, everything scales up. Everything's bigger. You need to bring on more people and find good people to bring in, and then when that shifts, you go back down, and then you start re-strategizing, rebuilding, thinking of new ways, think of cool things to do, and making new art. Yeah, so it's
like
all...
It's like a beach.
It's like a breathing machine. Yeah.
Waves in, waves out.
Yeah.
That's cool.
Yeah. I think it's really nice once you realize that as an artist, that it's always going to move in waves. And like, just be real and be authentic and just do your thing and execute it well. And it always seems to work out.
So growth isn't static.
No. And it honestly, now more than ever, I think you're just at the whim of the beast. You know, like, you just make a great song, do good work around it, like push it, come up with a good strategy to like get it out to people and get people excited about it. But then it's out of your hands. Like, it's going to do what it's going to do. Some random kid's going to do a viral video with it or not. Like, it's not up to you, you know, like I remember that Get Free remix I talked about right at the start. One of the reasons that got big is because all these muscle men were doing this particular like bar exercise to that song where they would hold onto the bar and they would like pretend to like step up with their legs.
Oh,
have you ever
sick.
seen people do stuff like that?
Of course. Yeah, not plyometrics. What's it called? Calisthenics.
Yeah.
Yeah, where they just kind of slowly lift themselves and they're walking up.
Yeah, so they were doing that to that song. And like, I'm not in control of that. But like that is then going to go and exist in that sphere. Then there was like BuzzFeed using Jaguar on like models of the world, like male models of the world or something. And that's like 40 million views on that. And then some kid uploads like a highlight reel of Cristiano Ronaldo with like one of my songs on it. It gets 40 million views. And then like there's a song, High You Are, that my friend Branches remixes. And then that's on The Sound You Need. That gets, 15, 20 million views and all that. I'm not in control of that, and then that just compounds and points everything towards a project. And then that's how you end up touring globally and having, enough global legacy that you keep touring globally. People keep coming for what you're doing now and what you've done in the past.
How important is it to capture people visually? Let me substrate this question with another question to add depth. Do you consider yourself in the music industry or the entertainment industry?
For me, music industry, probably a little bit to my detriment, where if I wanted to commercialize things a bit more, I'd probably do a lot better. I've always had the view in music of if I make a song, I made it and I'm not making it again. Like if I made the Inner Bloom remix and I just churned out like 10 other songs exactly like that, probably would have had a way bigger career, but I don't want to do that. It's like, I feel like I did that and now I want to go and try and do other things. Yeah.
Is it hitting the point and then going, done it, next? Or, because a lot of people do go, oh, I have something I'm rolling with. Let's keep that going.
Yes. Okay. I have tons of friends that have done that.
Right.
I'm glad I chose my path. I have friends that are still doing pretty well that did that, just did the same thing over and over again. They hate what they make. They hate the shows they do. That's what happens. Ugh. That's what I've seen. And then I have friends that kept doing the same thing and they don't even still have a career.
Right.
So I think it's about, for me at least, I like this path of I'll go and pivot before the thing fades out and move on to the next thing. And then it's really about, the strategy is really about bridging everyone over to there. Because everyone loves to be in nostalgia. Everyone loves to be in, oh, I heard this when I was 18 and this moment happened in my life. And they're going to hold on to that forever. But you have to help bridge them into what you see the future is going to be of the scene or the sound or of music and help them get there. So often I'll make a song and it might be like, I love this. I think this is awesome. I probably can't put this out for about 3 years. I need to build like 3 other songs that are going to bridge people towards understanding this. Even when the project started doing halftime music, it had to bridge people. It was like club music, like 128 strange, interesting, warm, lush club music, bridging people. Like did some Mumbaton songs, did some songs at like 100 BPM, and then started doing this halftime kind of trappy thing, future-based thing, more melody in it. Then started bringing guitars into my music, brought a guitarist onto it, started having songs, started getting asked to play main stages at festivals rather than the base stages, rather than the club sets and all this stuff. It's all about understanding where you want things to go, where you see things are going, and then bridging everyone so they can come and enjoy the ride with you and not like suddenly just alienating them and you've got this rift of like old fans, new fans, whatever it may be.
You want everyone to be in congruency.
Yeah, and I think the hardest thing now is you used to be able to like tell your story of like, all right, this is what this means to me. This is where I see us going. Let's go over here. It's going to be really fun. Here's a little taste of what over here sounds like. And I think now is harder than ever to convey that message. I'd love it was a bit easier, but everything is less, I follow this person, I love what they do, and more like I'm going to casually see a couple of reels of something that's gone viral. Like it's just a very different thing. You're seeing things that you don't follow and things that you're not into that are just easy wins or like, quick grabs rather than things that you're like passionately invested in. And I think there's such a separation right now of fandom where people like put Spotify on random and just have music playing in a certain sound or a certain genre and don't even know who made the music. There's no connection there. There's no real investment in that artist and what they do, and not finding out much more about it.
It's a beautiful thing. It's one thing that I hate about hip hop.
Yeah.
Is at the start of everyone drops their tags. DJ Khaled. You're like, I get it, bro.
Yeah.
I get it. And that's the beautiful thing about it, man, is dance music and melodic trap and stuff like that, that it's vibrant, but you don't know what's happening, and it takes you on a journey. I fucking love that. All my favorite raves and like bush doofs and stuff have been melodic journeys. He's going to one in the caves.
Nice.
Yeah. What caves are you going to? Yelling Up Caves?
Oh, don't tell them.
Cave's house. It's an event.
It's an event, but it goes to the beach, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. Fucking wild stuff. Yeah. Keep it on the hush. Sorry. It's this Saturday? No. Yeah. It's been it's probably been from the age of like 19 to about, I don't know, 27. I was just deep into dance music. I started listening to like Mackie G and stuff, and it started getting a little bit bouncy, and maybe too much drugs were mixed in. How do you keep a sense of heightened state of awareness for yourself?
In life or
In
shows,
life,
or?
because obviously I can tell by the way you talk, you're quite introspective, and it kind of shows that you understand what you want your path to be. We have one life. It's linear. I hate to say it. You can take yourself back to certain things, but it's linear. And you get to toss, turn left, turn right, go up, go down. How do you know where you're going for you?
I don't know. Just kind of listen. Do you know what I mean? Like, I let my creativity lead my life, I would say.
Wow.
Yeah, I make things, and then I think of how I build that out into this world and what would be needed to do that. And that's kind of the basis of my existence.
Wow. Wasn't expecting that answer.
Okay.
Great.
Yeah, I've never had
Great.
that question like that, but I guess that's how I do it. Yeah.
It's interesting. It's very interesting, the mind of a creator, to me. It's very interesting. It's half the reason as to why I interview people like yourself.
Yeah.
I'm like, wow, how does that guy think like that?
Yeah. I read like a few books when I was starting to like get moving in music that helped a lot.
What books?
I read Eckhart Tolle and New Earth. I read
It's my favorite book ever.
mine too.
Yeah.
I read
Power of Now as well. It's pretty fucking
The Tipping Point.
Malcolm Gladwell.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I read the Elon autobiography,
The one with his face on the front.
and then I stopped reading it halfway
Thank
through.
God. Thank God.
Same with I read the what's his name, Chili Peppers. I read that one most of the way through, and I was like, oh my God, this is getting a bit insufferable. I'm gonna stop this.
Yeah.
Great stories though. Same with the Jobs one. I read the Jobs one. I was like, this guy's a dick.
Wanker. Absolute wanker.
Like, it's
dude.
funny. All these autobiographies, like, sort of get through them. And I'm like, I don't resonate with this person. Like, fair enough, they did their thing and they did really good with it. But like, I'm gonna stick to some other texts. You know.
Good move.
Yeah, but then also, I've had a lot of very spiritual people around me. They just sort of weirdly come into your life right at all the right moments and just have like some really poignant ideas about things, and I travel a lot, right? So I do get to meet a lot of very cool people in really small pockets of the world. Maybe they're not even online people. They're just like someone of that area who's just like, you should go and meet that person. They're really interesting and they think really interesting, and maybe they do something creative, maybe they don't, but just the conversation with people like that, I think, is really powerful. I'm sort of like a journeying backpacker who's just
journeyman.
absorbing stories of the world and trying to craft the path, you know?
Whoa. Fuck me. Holy shit. That's cool though. Like, you're taking your visual continuity of what's going on around you and then bottlenecking it into your perceptive audio interpretations.
Yeah. So I'm converting.
What the fuck?
I'm converting these experiences into audio,
Hectic.
and then building a world of what the audio looks like visually, texturally, all these things, and then trying to bring that to life as well.
What was the visual for The Quiet That Hurts?
It's a bit of a spectrum because there's quite a few different songs, but I would say
as a whole.
Yeah, so threads is the journey of like fighting towards that barrier. Like,
Do you want more water? Oh, you got some. You Gucci.
So it's real quick. Turn the computer off. Make sure it's still recording.
It makes me nervous too, but it's still recording. It's great. Yeah, it's awesome.
So threads is that journey of the quiet that hurts, facing that silence and coming to that barrier of resistance, breaking through, entering that place, going into all this, all of what is possible, coming back out of it. And then to me, the rest of the EP is quite fun. It's quite like enjoyable. It's not that Threads is trying so hard, but it's quite effortless, the rest of it. It's just, hey, this is beautiful. This is nice. Like, Tragic is so romantic, and I don't usually even write romantic songs, you know. But I was just like, it's just fun. It's just a party. It just feels nice. There's elements of like hyperpop, and then also gabba, and then juke and hip hop, and all this stuff thrown into drum and bass. Falling In, the final track, was me and Mara talked about this, a relationship being reflective of a change of seasons. You can be in summer, everything's great, everything's fun, everything's daylight, parties, all this. You go into the fall, everything's changing a little bit, and then you come into winter, everything's frozen, it's cold, stiff, like
Hard.
So all the songs, like Dancing in the Leaves, was literally feeling like shit, jet lagged in Europe, having flown in from somewhere, had to like work on some music with Ferry, BUUNSHIN, and then go and do a show, like go play Tomorrowland, go fly into 3 different countries and whatever. And I'm just jet lagged as fuck, waking up before dawn, like, oh my God, here we go. And whenever I wake up before dawn, I'm jet lagged, I just go run around a city that I'm in. Like,
good move.
I go find a park, or I go find a river or something, and I just wait till the sun comes up. Wait, can I get a coffee? Get a coffee. Okay, great. And then BUUNSHIN Yo is just really feeling it. Came out to meet me, and he's like, let's go walk this way from the house. Walks me past this pond that he knows there's this huge group of ducks that just swarm everybody that come over. And then so I just walked past this pond, and suddenly just swarmed by like 50 ducks. I have this video of it. I was like, I can't believe this is happening. It's like just changed my whole mood, like everything.
Yeah.
And then I was like, oh, I want to capture this feeling of this happening like in a song. So I took the video, drag it into Ableton, because you can drag in videos. So I just dragged this video into Ableton and start scoring the feeling of like what the love is like from your childhood pet, what it feels like to be swarmed by these animals when you're just feeling horrible, and they just change everything for you. So every song has like different emotions like that from experiences that happen in real life.
I have duck anxiety.
Really?
There's a reason. It got cured last year.
They can be violent.
No, it's not that. I love ducks, man. Like my son, he's a bird fanatic. A bird goes past, he's like, duh, cuckoo. Like he's like,
Oh, that's so cute.
he's the like cutest thing ever, and he gets it from me. When I was 5 years old, I'm gonna admit this because it was fucking horrible. I was at a park and there were some ducklings, and I love ducklings. I picked one up and I gave it a really tight hug, and it died.
Oh,
And I hated myself for years for that.
that's so sweet that you cared that much, though.
It was sweet in context. I felt so bad, and you should. You just killed something, right?
Yeah.
But it was out of love. I loved it to death. Like, it was that bad. And actually, it was earlier this year, a duck, somebody was fishing at a pond near our place and caught a duck by the wing. So I went over, I had a jacket on, it was midwinter, and I threw it on the duck and like pulled the hook out of its wing. You know how ducks like run, they go like run away? It didn't straight away. It looked at me, it went like that, and then it ran.
Wow.
And I was like, it's like I was forgiven by
You
ducks.
were making up for that innocent mistake when you were a kid.
Exactly. It was really cool. And when we're in England, like all these ducks and geese and stuff at Virginia Waters, like it's this huge, iconic park in England near London. And it was just fucking awesome. They were all like grouped. And I was like, I feel good about ducks again. There you go. A story about ducks.
Wow.
Thanks, dude. Thanks for listening.
I'm glad your duck situation has come to a full circle.
Yeah. Thanks.
Healed.
I'm healed. I'm healed by the ducks. Healed some ducks, killed a duck. I wanted to ask, what was it like working with Skrillex and Toto?
Yeah. I mean, Sonny is such a sweet dude. I describe him as helping shape what sort of artist I would become in terms of how you treat people, how you care about music and the people around you. Like he just fostered all of these young acts that were trying to make it work. Like the first time I got to America, I had to go over there on a day's notice because I was having issues with my visa. And they're like, if you want this tour to happen, you have to fly there tomorrow. And I was like, oh shit, okay. Just like this 23, 24-year-old just had no idea about anything, barely been overseas. And then I just had 3 days in a hotel and I just had to work it out. And Sonny was like, oh, I have this whole like compound in LA, like with a studio and everything. Just come and live there for a little while.
Wow.
And it's like just stuff like that. And I didn't have to use it too much, but I definitely did go over there like a bunch of times when I was like working out my life over there. And yeah, so he's amazing and he's so good and so quick in the studio, and the way he processes sounds and drums, and like everyone like idolizes how he gets things, and he actually uses a lot of stock stuff and just really understands it quite well.
Wow.
And then Toto was amazing as well. I went to
Was it the full band?
yeah, it was the full band.
Wow.
Like I got so close with them, I ended up Steve Lukather's son Trev ended up being my guitarist on tour.
Oh, sick.
And like went to his wedding and like
Oh, nice.
yeah, like they're so great. And they were so great to me. I was very green when I worked with them. I was very, I could produce and stuff, but I'd never worked with, like they worked with Jackson and made like so many mega songs. They're on like 100 number ones or something, you know, like it's crazy.
They have their own top 100.
But they were so nice to me. Like as just a young kid producer, I was like, oh, I've got these loops that I've made that I really like the feeling of, and they're just playing guitar and doing little vocal parts, and like, yeah, it was such a beautiful experience to work with them like that.
That's sick, dude.
Yeah.
That's awesome. It's cool to see like new wave DJs. I wouldn't call you new wave, but cemented DJs in Australian culture now, working with these giant artists like Lude with what's the
Colin Hayes.
yeah
Is that
sick.
his name? Yeah.
I think yeah,
Yeah.
it's Colin somebody. Look that up. Lude, was it Land Down Under?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's giving life to Colin Hay. You were right.
Yeah.
There you go. It's giving life to old music that maybe young children or young kids or teenagers, adolescents, whatever it is, hasn't. It's like your dad's song, and now you can say it's your song.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah.
It's like
I feel like that's, ever since sampling, that's kind of been a thing going on, right? It's funny though, we are in a period much more of where it feels like a lot of covers rather than a reinterpretation. Like you look at all the Moby songs, right? He was like, sample these drums from here, sample this string from here. He'd play and sing a new vocal in, and then a little vocal sample from another thing. It was like quite a reinvention. Same with someone like Fatboy Slim. Probably even same with Daft Punk.
yeah, sure.
Yeah, there's a lot of more, not to disrespect the Lude song, I think he smashed that. He smashed that one. But there's a lot of songs that are just like, it's just a rehashing and it's a subpar version of, you know, what once happened.
Well, the first track that he did, he sampled, but then Colin Hay came and re-recorded, which was awesome.
I think what I mean is, I think Lude nailed that one.
Oh,
and
yeah.
gave it a whole new life, you know, and like made a playable record that's sick.
That's a good point. Yeah.
Yeah.
It's probably a little bit more than just giving the old song life. It's a whole new song.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like when someone gets like an old reggae song and they just put a tech house percussion loop on it, it's like,
It kills you.
come on.
What are we doing here? What the fuck is this?
Yeah.
Where do you see music, dance music, going?
I think it's a catastrophe waiting to happen.
How so?
I think the way like AI is moving, it's going to be such a disruptor. I think we're going to hit a real funny spot for a while. Like for me, I think, so a lot of how artists actually make money, touring is actually kind of hard to make money on. Like a lot of people, when you're doing your break-in tours, you lose for a couple of years and then you're like, oh, hopefully I build this big enough that we can go and get these big fees and we actually profit on it. It's like such an investment. People that sign to majors, there's so much money spent to try and break them in, and it costs a lot to do that. Where artists actually make a lot of money is if they write their own songs and they get sync money. They get a commercial, they get a film, they get a documentary that wants to use their song. And I think with AI, that's probably one of the first things that's going to go. I think session musicians are going to have a very hard time now with that utility literally just being able to be replaced with a prompt. I think there's a lot of really great things that are coming with the tools. I think it's saving a lot of headaches so that you can actually just make great things a lot faster. I think one really cool thing is some people are quite disadvantaged in what they have access to. A really great example is like orchestras. If you want to put an orchestra in your record, you got to go and pay an orchestra, and you might just be like a 15-year-old just trying to work out music, just liking that kind of field and that style. And now that's something you can sort of go and reverse engineer and tinker with and be like, oh, what makes a violin behave in that way? How do you get that tremolo and the slide between those notes and the dynamic and the push and the pull as that riff, like, you know, reaches its climax and all these things. So I think it's a massive disruptor coming in.
Okay.
Yeah.
I think so too.
Yeah. And I think, but this is the other thing.
Great for listeners, right?
That's not an isolated thing to music. That's going to happen everywhere in the world.
Have you seen the Star Wars stuff?
Which Star Wars stuff?
They've got alternative endings now.
Like, how sick is that? So this is creative. You know, this is people that study in the lore or something and love it. And now they can like shift the possible, or like, you know, comedic things I kind of think are incredible with AI. Like
It's starting to get fucking good too.
I think using it for that is amazing. Using it for humor, amazing.
If an actor dies, do you think the family should have rights to be able to sell their likeness via AI so they can continue acting, so they can make money for the family?
I think people are going to have to start putting that in their wills, whether they want it or not.
Whoa.
Yeah. I think there's all kinds of stuff like this. There's a lot of artists that have died. They're like, I never wanted my music to be streamed, and it's not up to them anymore, you know?
Jesus. Yeah. I wonder what Lars Ulrich thinks about that.
Yeah.
Because he was dead against LimeWire. Do you remember that?
I don't.
I think it was Napster, actually, at the time.
Yeah, it was Napster. They sued them, didn't they?
They sued them, yeah. And then it was because people were illegally downloading. Their records were like $40 Australian. If you're a teenager and your mum's not bought it for Christmas for you, what are you going to do? You're going to get on Napster or LimeWire and download it.
Yeah.
Why not?
It's interesting because it's like a lot of my generation got access to music through, like, I was watching surf films, skate films.
You're a skater boy?
No, but I watched the films.
Oh, okay.
I was definitely into surfing.
Yeah? Oh, you're from Sydney.
Yeah.
Of
So
course.
those films all had illegally used music, but it was the best music.
Yeah.
And that developed my taste in music. That exposed me to the bands, and then I went and bought tickets, and then I went and bought their albums. If I didn't get illegally exposed to that content, I would never have even known about it. I wouldn't have even discovered it. I needed to be like shown what was possible, what's happening, what's not just drip fed to me through video hits and MTV, and I need to see outside of that sphere.
Yeah.
So it's an interesting debate about like good versus bad in that scenario.
What did you grow up listening to?
I was really into At the Drive-In, Rage Against the Machine, Tool,
Oh, sick.
all that kind of stuff. And I hated dance music.
Really?
And then
We have the same bring up, dude.
And then when I was 17, I snuck into the Big Day Out and I saw Justice, Ajax, Solax, and the Presets. And I was like,
Oh, yeah, it's on.
yeah, game over, rock.
Fuck out of here, yellow. That's sick.
I was like, I didn't know this was possible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, fucking the presets, dude.
Yeah.
The presets.
Yeah.
They were sick. They're still touring too, aren't they?
Absolutely.
Yeah, for sure. Ajax.
Oh, Ajax was like my hero, and he ended up signing me. He was the
Hey?
yeah. Ajax
How
signed.
have I heard of this?
So he signed WhatSoNot when I had 200 followers.
Real?
He was so clued in, man. Yeah.
He liked what you were doing?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
How early were you doing what you were doing? Like
So
the emotional stuff.
So I did a couple of, like, before WhatSoNot, I did a few bootlegs because I was just DJing around Australia, and I was like, oh, it'd be great if, you know, this record actually did this, and then if I took this like synth hook and put it with this vocal, and then actually went into some percussion like this and had a build up, and then went into this drop. This was me like working out production at first, and I made a bunch of bootlegs and stuff like that. First one I ever made. Do you remember Hype Machine? Hypem?
Yeah.
So that was like the Billboard charts of illegal music.
Yeah. It was
Describe it.
huge.
So the first bootleg I ever made went to #1 on that.
Whoa.
And that was when I was like 19. And I was like, I think I get how to do this. I think I have a good understanding of this. And then when that happened, I was like, I definitely understand this. I'm just scratching the surface of my abilities in this field, but I definitely get it. I need to pursue this. And Ajax was one of the first people that started playing all those bootlegs at all the big festivals.
Oh, smart man.
And then as I started to make originals and started to do the WhatSoNot project, started to send him those. And he's like, yep, let's do it. Done. Sign it. And so Sweat It Out was the first label that signed WhatSoNot when we had 200 followers.
That's wild.
Yeah.
That's wild. You got to tour with him too?
Yeah, I did a bunch of shows with him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sick.
Yeah. Yeah.
I saw Ajax live. Where was I? I don't think it was a big day out. Maybe Stereosonic. Do you remember Stereos?
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I
Yeah.
saw him there. And then he was fucking crazy.
Dude, he was so... Everyone in the world that would tour and do festivals around his slot would be like, oh fuck,
no.
we got to play against fucking Ajax. Like, he was a legend.
Yeah, for sure.
Because those guys back in the day, they were mashup DJs that were doing it live with like 4 vinyl players.
Yeah.
No screen, no BPM, just like live
by ear.
mixing. And God, they were good, man.
Insane.
That was so good.
Did you ever meet Avicii?
I played before him once, but didn't really get to speak to him. It was just as levels had dropped.
Ah, okay.
Yeah.
Was he headlining?
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, right. Fruity Loops, get rid of that one.
I don't think they would, to be honest. It'd probably like clip it and make it fucking...
We're converting all the Fruity Loopers to Ableton right now.
I think I might need to,
You can
dude.
go on their website. We've got a special discount code.
Do you actually?
I can probably get one.
Can Ableton uphold long audio recordings?
Yeah, of course.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Because I find FL's not the best for it.
FL's not great for tracking. It's never been known for good at tracking.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah, Logic and Ableton are probably better for that. Multi-tracking in particular.
Yeah. Because we have 2 more cameras and 2 more of these microphones coming. So we can do 4. And I'll probably get a bigger setup, to be honest.
Nice.
Now that it's growing and Instagram's finally paying us. Thank you, Instagram.
What up, IG?
Yeah, so it's probably going to be necessary to move over to something that's a little bit more stable. We could do it hard recording as well.
Yep.
We have the larger Behringer over there, which does direct cameras, and then you have like auto cut with Premiere Pro. And
I'll tell you,
DaVinci.
that's where AI tools are amazing.
Yeah, insane.
Oh my! Like I got a bit into Premiere. I was doing a lot of video editing for myself for socials and stuff last year. I ended up going to CapCut, which I find really simple.
It's epic.
It's so good.
Yeah.
But then
It's not
someone
so
was,
great for portrait though. It's good for landscape.
yeah, really. And then someone was like, you know about this AI tool that can automatically
Autopod.
It aligns. Say you record on 5 different cameras, they start at different points. You've got like iPhone footage from the crowd. It's like, it picks up where the audio markers are,
Auto sync.
and then syncs it all in line, and then chops it all up for you. And I was like, what?
Let's go.
That used to take like a day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, dude, doing 1.5 hour podcast before Autopod came out, and I was on DaVinci Resolve. Oh, I talked. No, he talked. Oh, wait, hold on. No, it was just a cough. Reset it, come back.
Bring all that on. We want all of that, us creatives. I'm not staying away from that.
Oh, dude,
That
I
one's
know.
amazing.
I know. Like I was saying before, it's great for listeners, the whole revolution of AI into the music industry. I don't think for producers it's the best thing, especially if you're a generic kind of producer that's just going after hits.
So you mean people have to be more creative?
Yeah, funny, hey. Like, I don't think, like, ever, maybe eventually it would happen. I don't think it would happen for a very long time that those bell sounds that bend in pitch would be created by AI on a track.
Oh, I think it can do it pretty quick.
It can do it quick.
Yeah.
It would be able to now it's heard it on your track.
Oh, I get what you're saying, to invent it.
Invent it itself.
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah. I think that's the problem that it has right now is it doesn't create things, it reimagines things in different sounds.
My friend described it to me really well, who is very for AI. And he was like...
You can have sex with it.
No, he was like, in terms of music and sound, he's like, any piece of sound, you know, like TV static, white noise,
Yep.
any piece of sound is just white noise with certain data points turned off.
Correct. It's called the perfect noise.
Yeah.
You know that, right?
The perfect noise is just pure white noise? Or
Pure white noise.
Yeah, so a song is just those data sets with certain points
Dropped out.
turned off
Yeah.
at certain points with a certain rhythm, with a certain, you know, to create certain cadence, whatever else. And I was like, oh, that's really interesting. He's like, yeah, so it's not technically stealing your copyright. It's just re-synthesizing it from scratch. And I was like, oh, that's a big problem for...
Everyone.
Yeah, because it's not breaking the laws that everyone thinks it's breaking, which I think they have to rewrite a lot of those laws. Like people in their wills are going to have to say, I don't give authority for my likeness to be used in films once I'm dead by someone who can just build an AI who owns my estate. I think they have to change a lot of laws because this is just a whole thing that's never existed before.
It's lyrics, it's sounds that need to be adjusted for, it's cadences, it's everything. Like people like Willem Dafoe's voice used on a video or something like that. You know what I mean? Like they can create that out of nothing. My apologies. And it's not him. He hasn't said those things, but it's using his tones, it's using his cadence, it's using his rhythm of speech, it's using his volumes at certain levels. It's copied it, but it's created itself, which is maybe we need laws on what's perceived, which is sketchy.
I think vocalists might actually do really well with this next phase because a voice is an organic internal instrument. You actually have like an identity to it. If I play guitar, it's hard to say that's my guitar, but it is your voice. It's literally part of your body. So I think you can almost trademark it and have rights to it as a vocalist. Whereas if I'm a producer and I have a sound, everyone's just using oscillators and synthesizers and whatever to make that sound. It's like you can just reproduce that. It's very hard to exactly reproduce somebody's voice. And I think people will have a lot easier time proving that that is borrowing from their voice rather than it's borrowing from their style of production. I think it's a lot harder to argue for that on the production side.
Yeah, it is. I don't think you could ever get a great AI live show where it's a hologram or something like that in front of you where you're like, I feel them. But when you're standing in front of like an Alicia Keys or, you know, somebody that belts the notes out, you're like, oh shit, I feel that, you know, or an Adele, you know.
I've got an argument for that.
Go.
I think there is something so special about a performer performing. Like you can walk past a street artist playing a piano and you just captivated. Like there's an energy field around it, right? But in terms of the other side, we watch movies that are mostly CGI. They still blow us away.
Yeah, but music and movies are a bit of a different thing.
We watch a movie that's like a lot of CGI, which is not AI, but it is not real. And we are very emotionally impacted by what's happening.
What's a CGI movie that you were emotionally impacted by?
I don't watch a lot of movies, but like, I also don't know which is CGI and which is not because I'm not super into it on that level.
All right, I see
but
how you got around
a lot of them, like, say a big moment in the Matrix where the machines do something, and I don't know if they did all CGI, if they did puppets or they did whatever, but say that had a big impact on me, and it's not human. you know? So I'm worried that as much as I'd like that argument to stand, I don't know that it will, you know? I talked about this with some vocalists just recently though, like, you know, they have all these theories about people have like an aura or an energy field, and they're even starting to scientifically prove it. And that's why when artists get together, they write differently than if they try and do it on Zoom. It's just like not quite the same. It's a bit clunky, a bit impersonal unless you already really know the person. So I think that'll never get replaced. Unless they do work out how to replace that too.
Yeah. Maybe they can construct it. I don't know. Whenever I'm sitting on a podcast, the reason as to why I chose the red curtains, I see auras better.
Oh, nice.
Yeah. Normally, if I'm talking to someone that's bullshitting me,
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Oh.
It's really weird.
So is there nothing behind me?
No. When I'm talking to like creatives,
Yeah.
this sounds so weird, but if you were sitting here for as long as I am, looking at the same person, you start to see like the thing around them. Like I wouldn't
Yeah,
call it a
interesting.
shadow. It's like what encompasses them. It's weird. It's a weird thing.
That's cool that you can see that.
Yeah, on those curtains that I used to have, couldn't see it.
Interesting.
These ones I can. I think maybe it's more bright.
Yeah, it could be. Yeah, could be a lot of things. But that's really cool.
Yeah, I don't know what it is, but it's when I lock in, and when I take Alpha GPC as well, it gets even worse.
Is that a sponsor?
No.
It should be.
It should be for sure. It locks you
When
in.
I take Alpha G.
Alpha GPC now on sale. I have 20% off. Yeah, when I take that stuff, it's pretty fucking good too. It gets bigger and better. Yeah, that just
That's
locks
cool.
you in.
Nice.
Yeah, I don't feel as creative though in my
Oh,
questions.
really?
Yeah,
That's not as good.
it's not stimulating. It's more for neuroplasticity. It's not I'm asking questions for curiosity. It's tell me something. I'm learning. I'm joining things together in my head.
Yesterday or day before was my last show of the year. I'm so excited not to do anything for like 2 weeks.
Cool.
I got 2.5 weeks where I get to chill.
Nice.
And I'm so in need of that. Looking forward to that. But then I go straight to America and do a 3-month tour.
Oh, wow.
And then I come back to Australia and do some really cool regional shows. And that takes me like halfway through the year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, focus on the home stuff now then.
Yeah.
You got a big family?
Not huge, like got lots of cousins and stuff, but just me and my brother and my parents.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. Same as me.
Yeah.
Yeah. Having a family. My brother lives in Sydney now.
Nice.
Yeah, Newcastle.
Oh, that's a little bit north, but yeah.
Like an hour north.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I lived there through COVID. It was amazing.
It's beautiful out there.
Dude, it's so underrated up there.
People are a bit weird though.
I liked that.
Did you?
I was like, this is my people.
Yeah. It was very country living, and it was highly densely populated but spread out.
Yeah. I found my dad described it so well. He's like, people that live on the Central Coast, they're people that want to live in Sydney but can't afford it. People live in Newcastle who don't want to fucking live in Sydney.
That's perfect. That's so true, dude. That's so true. And they never go down there.
No,
Never.
like walking around Newcastle, I would see the strangest people, like just this girl riding rollerblades backwards down this really steep hill and with pink bobs out her hair, and just
Yeah.
I was just like, that's Newy. You know what I mean?
Can you open this? Yeah.
Yeah.
They do some weird shit.
Yeah.
That's probably like a standard day for her.
Exactly.
It's still recording.
Yeah, and I'm like, what do you do? And she's like, oh, I just rollerblade.
For a living?
No, not even for a living. She's like, I don't care about a living. I just rollerblade.
Oh, perfect. There was actually one of my favorite quotes ever was an American Indian was asked by one of the white settlers, "What do you do for a living?" And he goes, "I breathe." He goes, "What do you do?"
Maybe they've got it right.
Maybe they do. Have you spent much time with like American natives?
Not. I would say some people I've spent a bunch of time with probably are American native, but I haven't talked about it particularly in that way. Not as easy to identify it or come across American, like Native Americans, I would say. There's probably some areas where you really can.
Casinos? No, I'm sorry.
I mean, they do.
They
They were allowed to run them and made a lot of money off
Yeah,
them. So
for sure.
Yeah.
A few of them, and only a few of them, are very, very wealthy. What was the? I saw you getting hit with a stick.
Oh yeah.
What the hell? Like, you were in Japan?
I was in China.
China.
So partway through finishing the EP, I went to China and stayed in these temples with Shaolin monks training Kung Fu and Chinese medicine. And the first day I was there, we did iron skin training, which was your peers get into groups. One person gets in the middle and then 4 people beat you up in different muscle groups for a sequence, and then you trade, and then you become the beater.
Wow.
And then at the end of the session, the shifu was like, all right, now everyone needs to take a strike on different areas of your body with the bamboo stick. And he would strike you until he thought you'd had enough for the level that you were at the time.
How many strikes did you get?
I only got 2 on each muscle group. So I got 2 in the guts, 2 on the arms, 2 on the shoulders, and then 2 in the back.
Was this an like initiation type thing?
This was a Tuesday.
How long were you there for?
I was only there for a couple of weeks.
Okay, right.
But I should have gone for a month. I just didn't have the time window. And there was a bunch of people there that were going to be there for 6 months.
Wow.
A lot of people there are reintegrating with society off the back of being in the military and things like that.
That's smart.
So like all different militaries too from all around the world. It was mainly non-Americans. It was like people from a lot of Eastern Europe and other parts of Europe, South America, stuff like that.
Seeing some shit.
Yeah. Yeah. It was a lot of people that seen some shit.
Wow.
And that were like either looking for their purpose or well on their way to their purpose.
Whoa.
Yeah.
You had in-depth conversations with these people?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
It wasn't like, what did they do, the quiet, like monastery type thing?
It was very strict, but you would get like sort of casual time for a few hours a day to,
Okay.
at meal time. Actually, you couldn't talk at meal time.
Really?
But no, yeah, it was very like, it was, what was really cool. It's just so not Western rules, and also so not common Western, music media type ways of thinking about the world. There's people that really thought differently to ways we don't agree with, but then it's learning how to still have some sort of conversation, connection, and some dynamic with those people. Take something away from them, learn something from them. Maybe they learn something from you, and all this. And it's like trying to, work in a society that have very different views. So it was a very interesting experience being there.
What was the food like?
The food was it was good, but it was like not much meat. It was like cheap. A lot of vegetables and a lot of bread
I would have imagined it was quite vegetarian.
and a lot of soup.
Yeah.
Yeah, so it was, But I liked it. I got to have eggs in the morning.
Oh, perfect.
And then
bit of protein.
I was going to you could go to the store for a couple of hours a day if you wanted to, and I was getting like this fermented mushroom that I put in everything. Oh my God, it was life-changing.
Nice.
Yeah.
They ferment a lot of shit over there.
Yeah.
Have you seen furry tofu? The fermented one?
They call it stinky tofu.
Stinky tofu.
I had that.
Is it good?
I loved it. But it's like sea urchins, like an acquired taste,
Ah.
But I wouldn't like have that as a main meal. I'd like, have it as a dish that you have pairing with a meal because it's very strong.
What's it like? Is it like blue cheese?
It's like, it's like a very extreme blue cheese or a very extreme uni. So sea urchin.
Yeah.
It's that kind of world.
Yeah. What was like the most surprising food that you've eaten?
One of the first times I went overseas, I was in Hong Kong doing a show, and the promoter wanted to take me out. That really impressed me. And they're like, get anything you want on the menu. And I just saw something that looked really weird. I was like, I get that? I was like, yeah. I didn't understand the currency yet. It was like 4 times more expensive than anything on the menu. That took me a second to take in. Comes out, what I'd ordered was a sea slug. And
how was it cooked?
No one else wanted to eat it. And so I start eating it, and it was like eating a slimy tongue. And no one else wanted to eat it. So I had to keep eating it as like the main thing I was eating. And it just started to get colder and stiffer.
Oh, dude.
So it's this cold, stiff, slimy tongue. And I got about halfway through, and I think that satisfied them that I'd like enjoyed what they'd spent so much
Why
money.
was
on.
it so expensive? Was it hard to get?
I think sea slug is like a bit of a delicacy over there. I've heard that they can also be poisonous as well. Like you have to cook them. You know, it's that whole thing of like, oh, it's a delicacy, it can kill you or it can be delicious or whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's like blowfish.
Yeah.
Have you had that before?
Um,
Delicious.
I don't think so.
It's really good.
We've got to have a lot of stuff. Like Morgan from Slumberjack, he's Malaysian, and he will like vouch for me. Like we go to a Malaysian spot or a Vietnamese spot. It's like, nah, give him the real stuff. Like
Oh,
he can,
cool. Not the Western shit.
get him into the tripe and the whatever.
Oh,
like
no.
he loves it.
I hate tripe, dude. I can't do it. It's so gross.
Yeah, I think India was the tricky one where I ate a lot of stuff because the promoter was like, no, it's fine, you can eat it, it's good. We got to be really careful what you eat over there.
Yeah, for sure.
And then
you didn't eat street food, did you?
Yeah. And then the last night, I hung
course
out with
you did.
this American Indian promoter, and he was like, "You haven't been eating that, have you?" And I was like, "Yeah." He's like, "The guy said it was fine. Like he knows we're Western and we haven't built up our tolerances, but he said like the club food was good and this was good." And it's like, no, you can't eat that. And he gives me this like heavy antibiotics. He's like, "This is gonna be like a bomb. Just have one. And your guts are going to be messed up for 6 months, but have that. Otherwise, you're going to leave here with like some crazy parasites." And I was like, oh. And then I had that, and then I was like, I had to do Coachella or something like the next week, and I was like so gaunt and skinny, and I had to like, because I like left, and I was still feeling funny. I had to get this other stuff, and then I could only eat apples for like 5 days or something. And then I'm at Coachella, just like lost 10 kilos or something.
Jesus, dude. Yeah, I don't think I would ever eat Indian street food. I'm kind of a bitch when it comes to that kind of stuff.
You can build into it. Like I've heard you have to go through some really, serious parts of Asia first and build up a tolerance. Because it's just, they have different health standards, different bugs, the water, the hygiene, it's all different rules.
Washing the food. They barely wash the food.
Like you watch those videos where they're like cutting the chicken with their toenails and, like... And then that's like what you're eating, Have you seen the one where the guy's like making the hampers, like the dough with his armpit? And it's all hairy?
Yeah. Why? Like, you don't need to...
Well, different
Free
customs.
salt, I guess.
I love that about the world. Like, it's like, this is what's the normal here.
Would you eat that, though?
Maybe.
You reckon?
If my stomach could tolerate it and I wasn't totally grossed out, I could try it.
Just turn away for that one. Yeah. That's, nah. Maybe, to be honest. I'm putting myself in that situation. I'm like, no, if I saw that, I'd probably throw up.
I think it's good to have a tolerance because, like, imagine you actually end up in a really shit situation one time. You're like, I got to eat some shit.
Yeah.
I got to eat these, like, bugs out of the ground. Like, that's the only way I'm going to survive and get out of the forest that I'm lost in. And it's like, well, I'm kind of accustomed to this. It's fine.
Would you eat a dog?
If you were going to die, would you eat a dog?
Yeah.
Yeah, there you go.
Yeah.
Yeah.
3. For sure. Bring him in.
I'm not going to go.
I'll do it now.
I'm not seeking out dog meat.
No,
But
no way.
yeah.
Yeah, it's kind of disgusting, that dog eating festival. Like, I don't condone that, but if that's all they've got, like, think about it. You're trying to feed your kids. It's the kids or the dog, like, for sure. Why are we talking about feeding dogs to kids again?
So this is the power of podcasts. We can edit.
Yeah, I'm going to...
We never even talked about this.
No, this is going to be the first thing we talked about.
This is the highlight reel. WhatSoNot said he'd eat dog.
I wouldn't do that to you, dude. I wouldn't. But if you say, I will. I guess we're back on.
Whoa.
It just started again. It wakes you up.
That hi-hat was crazy.
Why do you have a hi-hat as your metronome?
I think it helps to have certain noises in there to filter it out.
It's pretty bad. Oh, yeah, it's loud as shit.
It might have been on a loop or something. It just came back to the
He
stuff.
can't play the next Coachella now because he's deaf.
Yeah.
You've just ruined Coachella for 20,000 people. Thanks for that. Oh, there's more than that there, right? How many people is Coachella?
Well, the whole festival's like maybe 140, but then each stage has a different capacity.
Right.
Yeah. So I played one time. When
Mostly house music, yeah? On main stage?
No, main stage is like rappers and big pop acts usually and bands.
Yeah, true.
Sahara Tent gets, oh, they have what do they call it? Maybe Mirage or something. They have like a dedicated sort of progressive.
What was the one that you played that had that wavy roof?
Wavy roof.
It was like, it had all the slats. And
Oh, the coloured ones?
Yeah.
So that's the Doolab. Doolab is like not even an official stage. It's like the stage you play to sort of build you up to do an official slot on the big stages. So
Really?
that's like the in-between years stage that you sort of go and just do that for fun.
So you did that how many years ago?
I did that one. So I played Coachella Sahara Tent, then I did the Doolab, then I closed a stage for them, and then I went and played the Doolab again last year.
Last year?
Yeah.
Okay, sick.
Yeah.
So you played it twice.
Yeah.
Where is Coachella? That's LA?
Yeah, just out of LA, like an hour and a half south.
Sacramento?
Oh, sorry, not south, east. Yeah, it's a little further from Sacramento, maybe a little further north as well, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because a lot of posh people go there, don't they?
So the story of that is they brought in some law to stop the actors going on benders.
Hey?
Yeah, and then
What?
they were like, something like, while we're filming this film and this TV show, you have to be either inside or out of this radius of LA or something in order to like meet your contractual requirements. And then Palm Springs is like within or just external of the radius that they could do whatever they wanted there. So then a lot of actors started buying into Palm Springs, and then they've got like the polo field that Coachella's held on, and like a lot of people retire there. A lot of so it's all built up. There's also like this full hippie sort of zone of it as well,
Sick.
which is Joshua Tree, which is just around the corner from there as well. So it's like the dynamic of all of that.
Beatles song. My bad.
Yeah.
Have you done sensory deprivation floating?
No, I haven't.
Do you want to?
Yeah, that would be fun.
I'll sort it out.
Okay, great. Is this a thing? You got a sponsorship?
No, I used to work for a company and I got really, really close with the owner.
Oh, sick.
Yeah. Beyond Rest.
So I'll
I
like
have one in Sydney too.
I'll do meditation and stuff like that. I'll go out into the ocean and I'll just sit there and sort of think and ponder. But I understand that the deprivation is like a different tier of that. You know, it's like combining those two things. Yeah.
And if you take mushrooms in there as well, it's fucking even crazier.
Yeah, I like to do those things sober because I find I actually get to more interesting places.
Oh, you do?
Yeah. So if I do it on anything, I find the thing dictates your journey rather than you dictating your journey.
I've done 300 plus floats sober.
Wow.
And mushrooms 3 times. And I took a 7-gram Heroes Journey dose.
Yeah.
And you can't even conceptualize that into speech, what that was like.
Interesting.
Yeah, I didn't like that. That was kind of too mind gouging.
Yeah. I think when you go to those places via substances rather than going there naturally, you're being taken on a journey rather than going on a journey. Rather than you're not steering, it's being imposed on you at the dictated pace of the dose, rather than you deciding how far you want to go with it and what you want to face and what you want to, look around for.
Sometimes I feel that some backstory, I am an ex-bodybuilder. So I have like this intense ego inside of me.
Yeah.
And sometimes if I get too deep into that, just with anything, like it can be a nice Hugo Boss jacket or something.
Yeah.
I'll be like, fuck yeah. I sometimes will get so entrenched in ego that I completely forget about...
By wearing the jacket? Or
no, by just it takes over. It's like...
Oh, the jacket takes over.
No, I am a puffer. No, the ego takes over that I need to break that ego with something like mushrooms, and then I can remain on this kind of heightened awareness and more of a t-shirt.
I get exactly what you mean by that, and I do agree with that. I think we need to be... I think every 6 months we should rattle ourselves and be stripped back and just... I thought I was doing this and I thought I was in my flow, and I realize now I was wrong, and I need to work on this and I need to work on this and I need to cut that out and etc. Yeah, yes. So I'm fully about that as well.
It's kind of like fat people with Ozempic. You know, sometimes you need a kickstart.
Yeah.
If the drug's available,
Yeah.
then you're aware of that person that you could be and you want to do that, and then sure. But if you're dosing your friends up, don't do it. Don't do it. It never goes well.
That's such an interesting thing. I haven't thought about Ozempic at all. But like, if people get to a certain comfortable state with that, are they then incentivized to stay there? You know, or do they keep taking Ozempic to stay there, or do they be like, oh, I like this life, I like this version of myself, I'm going to work on this?
I think it's like an alcoholic who drinks to get over someone, like a breakup or something.
Yeah.
You know, are you drinking to get through the pain and then you're going to do the reflection after? Or are you going to remain on it and completely destroy yourself?
Ooh, yeah.
It's like, you know, it's also the people that you're around. If you're getting terrible information, if you are getting terrible information online, if your information diet is fucked as well, then it's going to be totally wrecked for you in the future.
Absolutely.
You know? You know, mate?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's call this, dude.
Okay. That was sick.
Thank you for coming in.
Thank you.
I'm sure we'll do it again in the future,
Absolutely.
hopefully.
That was great, man. I love this chat.
Thanks, man. That was pretty good. Mason, Ari, thank you
boys.
very much, boys. I can't unlock this, but we'll call it there.
That's a cut.